I'm ConceptSoup. This is a bottle of Parfums de Marly Percival. And this is the NZXT H5 Flow. Come one, come all to a fantabulous, scrunfurious, delirious show of computer case magic. Watch as I transform this empty case into a beautiful, sleek gaming PC. We will take a case tour, we will build, and we will share some insightful opinions. Let us make haste. Back to reality. Unboxing the H5 Flow is as exciting as any other case in that it's boring. So foam inserts, yeah, so exciting. Any hoodie and the goldfish, in true ConceptSoup fashion, we start with the ugly side. Just like your mother out on the town last night, we need to hide the excess baggage, and that's what this chamber is for. The power supply snugly fits in the bottom right as you'd expect. Now we have this fancy fan slot, which we'll talk about in a bit, but I mention it now because it means that there's no drive caddy for 3.5-inch hard drives. However, the upside is that any length power supply is gonna fit. Otherwise, we can talk about the cable management. Long-time viewers will know my rage when it comes to overcomplicating cable management. I actually hate the NZXT special plastic cable routing system that they've had on their old cases, mainly because it sucks for using cable sleeved extensions. So, you know, those fancy coloured cables, the plugs are just too big to fit in those channels. But my, oh my, am I pleasantly surprised to see plenty of bog standard tie-down points and this nice wide section with Velcro straps. Bravo NZXT, this is a big improvement. I think NZXT guys, they must be watching the channel. It's the only explanation. Two 2.5-inch SSD mounts complete our roundup. There's enough space that you could mount a 3.5-inch drive here if you wanted as well. Now for the spicy bit, when your mum wears that tight leopard print corset, the bottom intake fan. This is angled at 45 degrees, and the idea is that it sends a cool jet of air directly at your graphics card. Is it functionally better than just having 3 fans on the front? Probably not in any meaningful way, but hey, it looks pretty cool, I like it. The fan is pre-installed, but you can release these 2 screws and lever the fan shroud out. This allows you to replace the fan if you want. Front of the case, boring. Perforated for airflow, can fit a 240 or 280mm radiator on the front. Top, boring. But the nice thing here is that you can finally fit a 240mm radiator on top as an exhaust, which you couldn't do on previous iterations of this case. Just don't go for any RAM that is too extravagant, else it might be too close to fit. Guys, when I say boring, it's not a diss. I just find talking about the panels is a bit dull, but it is a necessary evil of reviewing a case. Now, presentation side, plenty of room for an ATX board, but MATX and ITX will fit too. Nice clean design with that nice looking NZXT cable hiding bar. The bottom intake fan is cool, but one of the drawbacks is we now don't have a front cutout for the graphics card power cable routing. Luckily, the bottom routing holes at the back here, they're wide enough to accommodate us. The fans you get included are 2 120mm fans, which are pre-installed as the bottom intake and a rear exhaust. They're fairly cheap 3-pin DC controlled fans, but that's fine because most of us are going to replace them anyway. Quickfire details now. Dimensions, 460mm high, 227mm wide, 446mm long. Your max CPU cooler height is 165mm, which means you can fit just about any cooler in there, and that includes a Noctua NHD15. Max video card length is 365mm, so it will accommodate any video card that I can think of, unless you've got the deadly combination of a front-mounted radiator and an enormous graphics card like the RTX 4090 Strix or Aorus Master. Overall, a sleek, refined, elegant case, but we've only seen it empty. Let's build it up, and we'll see how she does. price for all this, it looks like the RRP is about £110, which is just silly. It's way overpriced. But I'm actually seeing it far cheaper when you buy it from a retailer. I got mine for just under £80, which is far more reasonable. So there we are, and gore blimey, a cup of rosy lee, apples and pears and all that. What a beautiful machine! Gorgeous white colour palette, everything slotting together nicely. I think we've made some lovely choices here. The system just looks unified, tied together beautifully, like your mum's wrists are snapped. But of course, looks is just one element. Let's get to know this PC a bit with those gaming performance numbers right now. We can see that overall this is a fantastic system, capable of playing any game, and the H5 Flow is basically what the H510 should have been the whole time. Better airflow, top 240mm rad support, and that fancy bottom intake fan are features that finally make this style of NZXT case worth having. The price is just maybe a little bit high for what you get in my opinion. I'm thinking of cases like the Fractal Pop and the Cooler Master TD500 Mesh, which are similarly priced but actually include the ARGB fans as well. But you won't find this NZXT design language anywhere else. But what do you think? Tell me in the comments. It's great to be back, but if it's your first time, there's a secret button you gotta press. I'll let you figure out which one it is. And check out PC36.co.uk for gaming PCs like this. And I'll see y'all on the flip. And never, ever, ever forget that this is Parfums de Marley Percival. Oh, so fresh. Bye.